अस्सलाम वालेकुम, सत श्री अकाल, नमस्कार, आदाब एंड गुड इवनिंग। सामीन, आप सबकी खिदमत में उरूज राजपूत आज का प्रोग्राम लेकर हाजिर। Today we will be talking about new funding announced for mental health services for Muslim community, and for that we have the Honorable Kamal Khera, Minister of Diversity, Inclusion and Persons with Disabilities with us. Federal Minister of Diversity Kamal Khera was in the city of London on Friday on September 29 on behalf of the Honorable Arif Birani, Minister of Justice and Attorney General of Canada, along with Errol Kayabaga, Member of Parliament for London, Ontario, and the Canadian Race Relations Foundation, made an announcement of funding to support the Muslim Resource Center for Social Support and Integration to offer victim services for Muslim community in London, Ontario. We welcome Honorable Minister Kamal Khera on our show. Good evening, Minister. Thank you for your time.
Good evening. Assalamu alaikum. It's very great to be here once again. And just want to say to all the viewers, assalamu alaikum, to my salam, namaste, sat shri akal to everyone.
And my listeners as well.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, as we commence Islamic Heritage Month, could you tell us how the government's principles align with the spirit of this month and what it means for Canada?
Absolutely. I mean, as I mentioned, it's so great to be here, especially as we're entering the Canadian Islamic Heritage History Month. I think this is such a great opportunity for all of us to come together to celebrate the contributions of Muslims in Canada and always stand together and be united against hate, racism, and Islamophobia. You know, everyone should feel safe in Canada, regardless of their faith, you know, while walking in their neighborhoods, at workplaces, and schools, or, you know, praying at a mosque. And as a country, we have so much to be grateful for. You know, I always say Muslim Canadians have been such a tremendous part of the Canadian history, and to be able to celebrate the Islamic Heritage Month, Islamic History Month with Canada is what a great way to really celebrate the contributions and also to highlight tremendous leaders in our community who make Canada what it is today.
About the last week announcement that you made about funding, can you elaborate on the importance of the government's recent of this announcement and funding for the Muslim Resource Center?
Absolutely. You know, let me just say, you know, as we know, hatred and violence has certainly left, you know, many scars in our communities. You know, we saw that during the devastating consequences, the tragedy that took place in London with our London family. And then, you know, following the tragic events that took place back in 2021, you know, targeting the London family because they were Muslims. And I think last week was a really important day because we announced as a federal government $262,000 in funding to support the London Muslim Resource Center for Social Support and Integration. You know, this is funding. It's going to help the community to make sure, particularly as the trial is ongoing and it really is having a huge impact at the, you know, with the Muslim community on the ground there. This is really going to help the community get access to, you know, culturally appropriate counseling services, especially as I mentioned with the ongoing trial, because it's, you know, certainly reopening those wounds for the communities and certainly have increased feelings of fear and anxiety. You know, the community has